We're Expat Immigrants.
Hi everyone, my name's Natalia and this is my voice.
Hello everybody, it's Kat and this is my voice.
Catherine loves it. If you know us by now, you know that Catherine loves to give it.
I shall never
Do you think you're running out of ideas, Kat?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all.
Not at all. How have you been?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I've been really good. How about you? That was off script.
Catherine.
That was off script. You never said you're going to ask me how I'm doing.
One thing about Catherine is that she likes pleasantries.
I do. Oh my gosh.
If you want to make Catherine smile and if you want to make her feel good, say something nice.
And if you want to be my lover,
you gotta
say nothing nice.
Say something nice.
Yeah.
So, small talk. Have been all right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Mum's all right. Yeah,
Mum's all right. Yeah, she all right.
How about your sister? Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah, she's all right.
Brother? All right. They're all right. But don't go too far with it. Just say, how's your family?
But you know what? That actually kind of leads us on to today's subject, I think.
Sujet.
Today's sujet. We were talking, we wanted to talk about, we were mentioning just simple little things that we miss from home.
I know. I don't even know if I've got small talk on my list.
I feel like small talk, small talk isn't on my list, right? But as soon as you started, that felt like such a thing that I missed.
It should be on my list.
How are you? You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
How's work? I hate when people ask about work. The other day I asked my friend how's work. She goes, the less we talk about it, the better. And I think that's how we all want to answer it. It's what I do to get money or
my God. Not everyone, but some people. Yeah, I understand that. So we... as expat immigrants, we've been living away from the UK. We are originally from London. If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
And I think in the expat immigrant experience, living away from home, you kind of start to get rose-tinted glasses sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on how often you travel back.
Yeah.
But certainly... I feel like it's quite a universal thing that you start to look back at your home country going, oh, that was actually not too bad.
Yeah,
that was actually, I missed that. Oh, and I missed that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like every time that I travel back, I really do feel like, oh my God, I miss this.
Yeah.
Or, and then I stay there for 2 days and then I get back to, oh, it's rubbish.
I know. We all got the same complaints and grumbles.
The thing is, there's good and bad everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of the grand scheme of things where you live somewhere.
Yeah.
There's always like something good, there's always something bad. But today we're going to focus on the good.
Yeah, because we're positive people.
I feel like we're positive people. So we're going to focus on the things that make us smile, the things that we like about our homeland.
Hey.
You know, there's a lot, I have to say, Kat, especially recently, there's a lot that I don't like.
Oh, right, okay, I thought you were going to say, I thought you were going to cry.
Oh, no, because I've been crying a lot lately. No, but there's a lot that I don't like.
It's Angleterre, isn't it?
It's Angleterre.
Grand Bretagne.
There's a lot going on right now in Grand Bretagne. And even just the other day, I saw a BBC documentary about the housing crisis, and it's just such a shame. Like, it's so sad what's happening. But we won't focus on the negative things right now. I think right now, as like expat immigrants, it's about thinking back to the things that we remember that we like and that we miss.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And maybe those things that you'd want to transport over to your new...
What's things that you can't find in your new home.
Yeah.
That speaks of your old home.
Yeah. So can I start with something?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I start?
Yeah, and I added small talk to my list, so I might bring it back around.
Yeah, bring it back around. I want to start with this one thing because... what my first point was sitting in pubs.
Oh yeah,
and beer gardens.
Beer gardens, yay!
Beer gardens and sitting in pubs.
Definitely on my list.
But I want to
standing outside the pub in the God, in the nice weather.
Oh my God, yes. But I wanted to absolutely because it reminded me of something that I saw the other day on Instagram, and I just want to read it.
Oh right.
This is from an account called Very British Problems Official.
Okay.
And I came across this. They've got quite a great few memes on their account. But this one, let me read it to you. This one says, British people cannot simply say hello when their friend enters the pub.
All right.
Oh, no. Instead, they must say, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. Or, who let you in?
Oh, no.
Isn't it true though? No, it's like, who let you in?
Like a big, people have to have a statement in it, like a big welcome.
You know, and then sometimes they might say, well, look who's decided to show up.
Exactly.
Look who's decided to show up.
This is pub talk.
Exactly, this is the pub. This relates to the pub. And then even if the friend is on time, that's what they're saying. Look who decided.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wasn't this the meeting place?
And then, or they might say, fancy seeing you here.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. Fancy seeing you here.
Even though every week down the pub. Or, who invited you?
Yeah.
Who invited you? Despite the friend being invited and expected.
Yeah, no, it's pleasantries like we're saying. It ties
Exactly,
up.
it ties up, Kat. Sometimes they might even say something that suggests they don't recognise the friend at all. Like, do I know you?
I like that one. I like that.
Do I know you? Or, who are you and what have you done with John?
Yeah, exactly. When he got a haircut.
But you know what?
When you got to the barbers.
Catherine, that's the one, is when someone's changed their appearance, no matter how small.
Yeah.
Or big, it's just, who are you and what have you done with my mate? Because you're looking good.
British people, we're so entertaining, you know.
We are.
We're just so much fun and entertainment with the ones that we hang out with.
Yeah. Maybe they'll say, they'll just let anyone in here these days.
Yeah.
Or, good timing, it's your round.
Oh, God, I hate that. I hate a round. Count me out.
Catherine,
Miss me with that.
With the rounds, you've got to start calculating, like, how many people are here? Like,
I was always terrible. I never get into those round things. They want to buy
I
a
will
drink.
get a round.
I buy my own drink. Because I know
You've
my
got to
budget.
get a round.
I know. Just get one round in.
Or perhaps they'll simply let out a loud cheer.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
But they will never just say hello.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's the end of that.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's a very British way of greeting people in the pub. But yeah, like I said, I really do miss pubs, like the establishments.
Yeah.
Also, like the actual buildings. The last time I was in the UK, I was just noticing like all these old buildings that pubs are in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like really nice kind of Edwardian maybe, and some of them are just hundreds of years old, and they've always been pubs.
Oh my God.
And there's something so warm, especially now that we're sort of in winter time. There's something so nice and cozy, like a pub with a fireplace, and you sit round and you get there's something just such a cozy environment about the pub.
I like
isn't it?
Well, I put bear gardens and Pims on my list because I was thinking of the summertime, but I do understand what you mean. And what I love about some pubs is, the community, the pub community, like, you know, you could go there and meet the same people. I like that. And I like when pubs have like entertainment, like they might have a pub quiz on a Monday.
Yeah.
And they might do other stuff. I really like that. Board games. Some pubs you can play board games in.
I love it.
I mean, I don't have a regular pub. I'm not like a pub person. And when I was in the UK and drinking and going out for drinking, I would prefer a bar over a pub sometimes. But there's something quintessential about it. Just speaks about
British pubs,
British culture.
We had one. All of my friends went to either the Faltering Fallback in
that's nice
in Finsbury Park. That was
and
always a really nice one, and they had Thai food, a Thai kitchen in there, brilliant, and that was good for summer because the beer garden outside. And then we used to go to the Brownswood on Green Lanes, kind of between was it Newington Green, between Newington Green and Manor House, that was also really nice. That one was super cozy, but in terms of buying round, like you got to buy
I don't like it.
I was at this wedding the other day, and at the bar, I got there by myself first, so I had my drink, and then two of my friends came. They bought themselves drinks, a couple, and then I think for my second drink, my friend's boyfriend was like, "Oh, do you want something?" And so I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll have a Prosecco. I'm drinking Prosecco." But then these two other girls joined.
Oh no.
And then they had their drinks. But then I'm like, I'm in this three.
Yeah.
My friend, this trio, right? My friend and his boyfriend is me. And then these two girls are you. So
Innit?
when I went to get the drink, because my friend's boyfriend was drinking quite fast. And so I was like,
that's the problem.
And then I thought, okay, let me keep up. And then I was like, I'm going to go get the next round.
That seems rude.
But it felt rude, but Catherine, with round, like I can't, like this is the three that we are in that's been established, and those girls hadn't finished their drink.
It's a bigger problem.
What is that bad?
The
Guys,
size
let
of
me
our
know.
wallets. That's what
Exactly.
Because if we had enough, we'd just be like, yeah, everyone.
Catherine, look, if I had the budget, if I had the budget, I would be buying the entire table.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like, this
but
is my trio.
Could not. I really did not have a budget at this point.
Exactly.
And so I had to be like, this three of us. And then when my friend was going to buy his round, and then I was just like, no, it's all right. I was just like, just the three of us.
You
like,
corrupted
finish
him.
this. No, because I'm like, finish
joking.
this, what we're doing. And then but then when we moved to the other room, the other girl was going to buy me a drink. She bought me a drink. And then I was like, oh no. And then by this point, I was already a bit drunk now.
So now you can't calculate who's in the trio.
But then she came back, because we moved to the other room where the main wedding was. And then she came back and she was like, oh, but there's free wine left over from the table.
Oh, yeah.
So then I stopped drinking Prosecco.
Yeah, and so
I'm like, I don't have to buy any drinks anymore because there's free wine there. And then I moved to one, and then I think she left, the other girl left. And long story short, it's just about buying rounds, really.
Yeah, I don't know. If someone offered me a drink, I'd like them to know that was their gift to me.
Right. That they shouldn't expect in return.
Don't be expecting. No, I usually do buy people back, but I can't get into this, especially if there's six people.
You used to always buy my drinks. You know, I never used to leave the house with money. Kat, if I went out with Kat,
that's
you'd
when
always...
you're a big sister, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's part of your job description.
My drinks.
It's part of my job description as a big sister. She's like, what you having? What you having? No, I love being generous and buying drinks, but when it goes round, especially if these boys are drinking pints.
No, it's the boys who drink pints and they drink fast. Yeah, I don't like that.
Nah.
I can't keep up with you.
No, and you shouldn't keep up anyway.
But then sometimes, do you know what I miss? Piggybacking, can I say that?
Yes.
Off of the pub thing. I miss 2-for-1 cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I miss happy hour.
Yeah.
I feel like in this region...
They don't do it.
They don't do happy hour like the way... Like, we used to go and we used to have... I would have 4 drinks for myself.
Yeah.
Just lined up on the table.
Yeah.
And my friend's got her 4 drinks. And then someone else has got 4 drinks. Like, our table's just full.
She's speaking like a Brit.
Like, this is how we used to drink at 5 p.m. As soon as we finish work, we clock off. That is what our table's looking like.
Do you know when my friends in Paris, when they would tell me their stories of, their misadventures, they would say, they went out somewhere. And they said they went out somewhere and je buvais comme en anglais.
Je buvais comme en
anglais. I was drinking like an English person. I said, I understand. Because you just painted a picture for us.
Yeah.
Why you got 4 drinks in front of you?
4 drinks. Like,
just
you can't do that in France.
Pay £10 for 1 drink.
I don't want the time to run out. Like, the other day, do you know what? And that shows how long I've been away for. Because I went to a comedy night with my friend.
Yeah.
Finished it. Went to get drinks. We were at 1. And they had happy hour until like... We arrived at 6:30. I think he was going to finish at 7 or something like that.
That's too early for
Or maybe
happy
it was
hour.
like we arrived at 7 it was going to finish. I can't remember. But we had like half an hour. And she said, oh, should we get 2 drinks? And I think what we did was got 1 2-for-1 each.
Yeah.
And then by the time we went to get the other one, because I didn't know how long she wanted to stay out.
Yeah.
But then the time we went, it wasn't 2-for-1 anymore. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, you just got to line them up.
And she was like, see, I told you we should have got to. And I was like, I forgot how to do it.
We forget ourselves. Shall I move us along?
Move us along, Kathy.
I'm going to move us along by coming...
a long time on that.
Yes, but that's fine. It's your podcast. I'm going to come back to the small talk, which is what we opened with, because I actually do have it on my list, but it is in a group. I'll call it in a category. So what I missed about Angleterre is talking, smiling at strangers, small talk, community spirit, and oversharing. And that's 1 point.
That's 1 point.
That's
okay.
1 point.
Go into detail.
Yeah. So like what I found in Paris and France is that they're not used to talking to strangers. You can't just talk to someone at a bus stop. You can't talk to someone on the train. You can't talk to someone on the street. You don't smile at each other in the shop. There is none of this. There's none of that. And if you were to do so, they'd think you're a bit loco.
Cuckoo.
Yeah, they think you're crazy. I think you're absolutely crazy. And when I say to my French friends, if you talk to someone on the street, they're like, what? Why would you do that? But in England, most of my friends, a lot of my friends, I met them just out and about on the street.
Really?
I met people at the bus stop. I meet them walking on the street. You know, if you walk into the station at the same time, and you're trying to race them and chase them, eventually you become friends. Like, all right, morning. You know who has the same daily routine as you. Yeah. A lot of my friends I'll just pick them up, and you can't do that in Paris because people don't. They don't give you eye contact. They would not talk to you, and they would not smile. Parisians. Say what you want. That's what I'm saying.
But this is the thing. I always thought, when I lived in London and being a Londoner, I used to think, oh, we're a big city and we're not so kind and we're not so nice. And then you go to places like Dublin and people really talk to you,
or the
North. The street, or the North. Yeah, exactly.
Manchester.
The Manchester or whatever. People are used to making friends or talking and being kind to strangers. But actually being out of London and then coming back in as like a visitor now, say, I actually realised Londoners are kind. Londoners are nice. Like, I always remember when we were out, when we came back from the podcast awards, I was a bit tipsy for the Women's International Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
And I fell over, didn't I? Something happened to my leg.
Oh yeah, she fell. We were trying to rush for the train, weren't we? And she had something.
I was wearing my heel, and I just buckled on the stairs.
Yeah, and you sort of fell down, didn't you?
I did sort of fall down, and on the stairs going down to the platform, and then these lads behind, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and stuff like that. But look, you know, people comment is what I'm saying. Like you. But
what did he say? Because he wanted.
I think he fancied.
He fancied her, and he wanted to be the knight in shining armour.
He did.
To lift you up.
But you were like, "Yeah, it's just fun."
No, I gave you that moment. I let him lift you up on your sweaty armpits. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. She doesn't have to do
coat on and everything.
That was a terrible joke. No, he said something like, "Oh yeah, I was coming to help you" or something.
He said something like that. I don't know. I was pretty drunk.
Well, I was watching it all because I don't drink now, so I was like watching it all. Yeah.
But saying that, like, just having people.
Did we have the nicest time with those people from Zimbabwe on the train?
Yes, we were coming back from
my birthday.
Your birthday. Yeah. So we had a brunch, a bottomless brunch for Katie's birthday.
Yeah.
And again, I was a bit tipsy at this point. And I did partake in the 2-for-1 actually after the bottomless brunch. I did get those mojitos afterwards with 2-for-1. But certainly we met this family, this couple. On the train that we were getting was a fast train.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any spaces, any seats, not much seats left. So we had to move our bags. And I saw this guy walking up and down. I was like, oh, there's two here.
Yeah.
You know, and me and Kat were sitting opposite each other. So the guy sat next to me and his wife sat next to Kat.
Yeah.
And then we just started talking.
We had a great time.
And then this guy was like, do you want some? He brings out his whiskey, his JD.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't drink it straight. I'm like, I've already been drinking. Oh, no. And he's like, oh no. And then his wife takes out a can of Coke.
Yeah, like those little miniature
Coke. So then I like drank a little bit just to make space. Then he's going to pour in the whiskey. I was like, no, let me do it.
But then there were lovely girls.
The girls on the other side.
They must have gone to a hen party or like a party. There's lovely girls, and they were drinking as well.
And I asked them, girls, do you have a cup? And they were like, oh, sorry, ladies, we don't have any more cups, because they had to run and get like these like coffee cups to drink their drink on the train.
Yeah, but
it's just this
engagement,
and you know you'll never see them again.
And it was like 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. It wasn't late.
Oh yeah,
it was like really respectful. It was just like really entertaining. But you do not get that. Like someone could laugh. If you're laughing in Paris, you're laughing alone, man. No one's gonna join in. No one's gonna run the joke. No one's gonna like say that's funny. No one's even gonna look.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get those videos and people just start singing on the tube, and then everyone sings.
Joins it. That's always in London.
I don't think that can happen in Paris.
No.
Everyone be like, not even looking.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I miss about Angleterre.
Yeah, it's small talk and the people. You will bump into people, you will just start chatting and have a laugh, and then go, all right, and then leave it.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. And then you just think, you wake up in the morning thinking that was really nice.
That was really nice. That kind of leads on to my next one of what I miss. I miss girls on a night out in the toilet.
We met some, didn't we?
We met some, and I was like, I miss this. I miss girls in the toilets, okay?
Yeah.
Like, we were having a massive conversation. No, you're not 40. My mum's 40. Like, your mum should be out with us. Partying, like these 20-year-old girls. But even then, you know, just the conversations, like over the years, the big, deep conversations or things happening in the girls' toilets.
Yeah.
Like there's always something happening.
I love it.
Back in like the clubbing days, there's someone crying, someone like, come on, it's not worth it. You know, and you're giving advice, and it's like, you know.
Yeah,
and
then
then
you just compliment somebody. You just like, oh, I really love your dress.
yeah,
you look really great.
you know. And then sometimes there was a toilet attendant, and you start chatting to them, and you know. Goodness, like I just miss the kind of camaraderie and the kind of, you know, I mean, I feel like around here in this region, there's just single toilets. Sometimes it's shared.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that because
I
you
like
have
when the
to
girls
wait
could
for
go
so
together.
long. I want all the girls in the toilet.
Yeah.
Like at least minimum 2 cubicles. That's all you need. But everyone bundles in, and then we're doing our makeup, just touching up, and then we're chatting. But
the girls don't do their makeup up here, do they? Would they do a touch up? Because we talked about it before. You don't go dressing out.
Yeah, they don't really dress up out to go out. Yeah, I don't really
So
see
would they
people
go in, like,
topping up their makeup. Even when I was on my way to your brunch, I did my makeup in the toilets at the airport, and I could feel people. Yeah, exactly.
What, and you felt people were just like, "Where is she going?"
Exactly. Like, why is she putting on full face?
Listen, I'm a superstar.
I was like, girl, I got the train to catch.
A superstar. Oh, that is so good.
But girls' toilets, I miss that.
So, food, I think, is great in France, but there's 2 things that I miss. I wonder if I should squeeze them together, food and drink. So what I miss are sausage rolls and any pastries, because their sausage rolls are like a frankfurter in a pastry, and I don't want that.
Don't want a frankfurter.
I'm not like a big fan
pastry.
of Greg's or nothing like that, but I just like a sausage roll or like a Cornish pasty. Don't we call it Cornish pasty?
Cornish pasty. You like Cornish pasty. I'm not that big a fan of Cornish pasty.
I love all those pastry things, but I don't want a little rubbish. weenie frankfurter wiener.
Yeah, because basically it's
not good.
But Kat, do you know the other day we had a birthday party for Boy, and I always want triangular sandwiches, and I want to have sausage rolls. So I was like, I'm gonna have to. You can't buy sausage rolls here. So I was like, I'm gonna have to buy the meat. And
we should have got some mini ones, shouldn't we?
Yeah, to buy the meat and whatever.
Oh yeah, I was saying we should have probably just picked up a packet.
Oh, from England. Yeah. But John was like, oh no, I'll do this sausage rolls. So I left it with him. Then I see him doing it. I'm like,
because
that's
what
not
they
the
call
one.
sausage rolls.
It's literally a small frankfurter wrapped in a.
No, we want it all minced up meat.
Oh no, he doesn't like that one. He was like, this one's better. The French way's better.
That's like culinary delight for the English.
A sausage roll. Catty at a party.
Or cheese and onion pastry if you're veggie.
No, pasty. Yeah, cheese. I used to get cheese and onion pasties before school. You remember the Greg's by our school?
I love it. Oh, God,
either a sausage roll or a cheese and onion pasty.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, it doesn't exist. The sausage rolls that we know don't exist, and we miss it, Kat.
I miss it. I love it so much. Like, the food is excellent here. Do not get me wrong.
No.
I just want a sausage roll the way I like it.
Sometimes you want a food like the comforting warmth of a sausage roll. Yeah.
So could I add my second?
Go on in.
Now, I'm not into coffee. I'm not into tea. I like hot chocolate. Have you ever tasted hot chocolate in France?
Not really, no.
It's lukewarm for one.
Ooh.
I don't know why they can't heat up the kettle. Because
the
thing is,
though, aren't they?
I feel like such a baby as an adult in my 40s. When everyone's having espressos, I'm going for hot chocolate, chocolat chaud. And it comes out, man. It comes out like I left it on the table for 20 minutes. God. It's proper lukewarm. It's so milky.
They only use milk though. They don't put water in it.
And then also I think their chocolate powder, which is probably a good thing for them, is not as sugary as what I'm used to.
Right.
Which is a good thing for them. Because I said to my friend in Paris, listen, I'm looking for hot chocolate that's not so sweet. He recommended me one. Can't remember the name. Man, that thing, man. It was just...
Not sweet.
Not sweet at all. I thought, I can't drink this.
He's like, that's what you asked for.
But with a little bit, not too much, but a little bit.
A little bit of sweetness.
So hot chocolate, if you drink hot chocolate, you're going to agree with me.
Do you know what? I will tell you one thing. Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to remember we would drive with Dad to Spain and we'd go through France and we'd stop off at a gas station.
Yeah.
And and he'd get a coffee from the machine. I'd get a hot chocolate from that machine.
That was sugary.
And that was sugary, and that was nice, and it was hot.
Yeah.
So I used to love the machine hot chocolates
it's
in
probably
France.
with water as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I think
so
it's the consistency. It's too
milky.
It's not hot enough, and it's not sweet enough. Heaven forbid.
So what you miss from the UK is
the proper hot chocolate, man. The proper a nice mug, a nice size mug, you know.
Yeah, a nice size mug,
and it's top for me. Consistency with the milk and the water. Yeah, well, I'm not. Now I'm trying to cut back on my sugar, so I wouldn't be doing all that cream and nonsense.
Yeah.
But then the England goes too far, innit?
Yeah,
they put all the cream on it and the marshmallows and then the chocolate powder.
Yeah, I've never had one
Don't
of those.
take it too far, Angleterre. Just normal thing without the cream. Sometimes the cream is like a whippy. Innit? You know, like the Mr. Whippy ice cream. The cream goes up like this. How am I meant to drink this?
No.
You have to take your spoon and
get cream milk
too much.
moustache.
But yeah, hot chocolate is not the one in France.
Malheureusement,
you have to have a cafe.
Because people come for you, they'll be like, what? I swear they'll be up in arms.
We could do a blind test. A blind test in Angleterre versus France. I would tell. I'll tell you. First of all, when I feel the cup so cold, I'm like, this is France, man.
It's a lukewarm cup. Move it, man. I want to burn my fingers.
Listen, I know it's a baby drink, but I'm not a baby, you know.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So I did too.
Okay. I mean, speaking of hot drinks, when you go to England and you get a coffee, you know, it's quite a big coffee, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, right.
I feel like in France, the coffees are always small, and I have to ask for a café allongé, and even then, it's not that long.
Oh my gosh,
it's not that big.
Oh,
right. What else? Quick one, and then I'll go straight on to the next one.
All right. Ooh. Go on then. She's got two, basically, what she's saying. And you know her stories aren't quick.
Sorry. No, because this one I'm not sure if...
is she going to cut it?
No, because I feel like we've mentioned it before.
All right, let's go.
I miss crossing at a zebra crossing and knowing that a car's going to stop.
Knowing your life is safe.
Knowing that my life is safe. I'm not going to get run over.
You're not risking your life, man, by crossing the road.
I miss that.
Yeah,
I feel like that goes... You know,
you
don't have to explain more than that.
No, except the aggression, man.
Except the aggression in the in the cars. Like, can I just step out on the road,
it's not a law that
please?
you have to abide by here. It's just optional, isn't it?
It's optional. So I don't know if today is the day that I'm going to step out in the road and this guy decides he's going to stop or not.
As a pedestrian, you really have to wait for them to stop. In England, you don't have to wait for people to stop.
You don't have to wait. I would literally... I mean, it's advisable to wait.
Yeah, sorry. Green cross code.
Green cross code. It's advisable, look left, look right and wait. But you can cross the road most times.
When you see someone approaching, you just cross the road.
You know they're slowing down. You know.
In France,
zebra
Paris,
crossing.
man, you don't know if these people are slowing down.
Forget it.
Right,
okay. The next one I'm going to just jump into is, and I think this might be a London thing.
Oh yeah, good.
No, but I just miss hustle and bustle, Kat.
What do you mean by that?
I just miss people on the road. I just miss commuting and just like hustle and bustle of city life.
I don't think you find it here.
I don't know. No. It's not here. Even when, I'm next to a city, next to Geneva, and it's just, it's empty. It's empty on Friday nights. Where's people? Like Saturday nights, like they're kind of there, but you don't. There's no like hustle and bustle. As soon as we leave Luton and go on the train into London, I'm immediately like, right, walk fast, walk with the flow of the people. When you're on the tube, you walk with the flow of the people, and you just in something. Everyone's got a purpose. Everyone's going somewhere.
Yeah, no, I totally.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
a feeling of hustle and bustle. Yeah. That's how I can explain it.
No, I totally understand. I remember one time we did that big night out, and we went to a bar, and then we went to the karaoke, didn't we? And I think we had to walk to the karaoke. It must have been after midnight.
Yeah, but we didn't pass anyone. We didn't pass no one on the street.
As a well ended. Do you know what I mean? We come from a Christian thing, but we're like, oh my God.
Isn't it? There's a rapture happened. Rapture happened.
And we never make it.
Going karaoke.
Well, I better go to karaoke then. But yeah, and it's just dry.
Oh my my God.
But, you know, some people might say, well, do you think, though, do you like it when you get out on a street and do you ever feel it's too busy in London? Do you ever feel like, oh, get out of my way, all these people, especially when the ones that don't know how to walk on the street?
Yeah. I mean, it really depends. From my perspective now as an expat immigrant, it's not too much for me. I love it. I love jumping back in. I remember though when I was working in London and then you're, you know, walking behind someone slow or the tourist and it's just like, oh, can you just, you know,
that's
out
very
the
London
way.
attitude,
Do you know what I mean? Like stand on the right, please, so I can walk on the left and, you know, get out of the way kind of stuff.
Nat, when we were in Camden though, didn't we feel it? There was like so much going on.
We
were in Camden for my birthday. There was just so much going on. Yeah.
Just colours and lights and people and noise and I feel like, you know, it's not unique to London.
No.
But because of our experiences being Londoners and then living like here in the mountains, which is beautiful and calm.
Yeah.
There is something though that I just miss. Like I know hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
I know how to walk fast.
Yeah.
I know how to get from A to B.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I know how to whiz through. I know how to jump on a tube. I know how to move down the carriage. I know how to take the next available seat. I know how to get up and get my things ready and just move off the tree. And
you know, to move it, man.
I just know hustle and bustle, Kat. It's like my default.
Oh my gosh.
And that's literally what I miss. And so when I come back into London, sometimes I just smile to myself, especially even when I'm by myself. It's just this energy that I miss. I'm just like, oh.
But you know what I love about London is finding those quiet places and quiet spaces. Because the other day I went to meet a French friend, actually, Stacey. She was on our podcast when we went to Lyon. She was in London, and we went to around Blackfriars, which is near the River Thames, and kind of a road to the right, left. And it was a Sunday, and it was nice. You know, like when you go to the city and it's a Sunday or something.
Oh yeah,
and
like
it's
St. Paul's on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's just like there's not many people around, and you get a really nice spot in a bar. Yeah, and it's just real cozy, and it's just like, well, actually, there should be 100 more people here. Yeah, but there's not. And you feel like you've found a secret place.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I love that.
That is really nice.
So yeah, I totally understand. Cool. Well, my next point probably speaks to the inefficiencies of the UK.
The UK? Yeah, but you miss?
I miss it.
Oh.
I miss it. I miss my snow day. I miss when it snowed. Little snow. I'm talking little snow.
Snow day.
We can't do nothing. Can't go to work because it's little snow on the ground. And when I came here the first year, I was rejoicing. I said, how many snow days I'm going to get? And the French people say, what are you talking about?
They expect you to be there.
You can't even be late just because it's snowing. You have to, you know, it snows every year. You just have to get snow tires on your car. You got to scrape your car. Yeah. You got to just prepare.
People make it places.
And I thought, what do you mean? We have little snow.
Catherine, our mentality is like, oh, well, it's snowing. Okay, can't go.
That's a day off, isn't it?
That is something I really had to learn when I came here. Gosh. It was literally like, you can't expect me to make my way somewhere.
When it's snowing. And they're like, yes, it snows every year. I'm like, exactly. So that give me 5 more extra days off work.
Off at home. But
no,
they want you scraping.
But other countries like Canada and like other snowy places, they can operate in the snow.
Yeah.
We have little in comparison.
Our inefficiency, but gives us duvet days.
Duvet days, that's what I mean.
Days off.
I miss it.
Stay
so
home.
Much.
School's closed. I remember once, I think I had to get my son to school. And I'm like, well, he can't go to school.
It's snowing.
Like, no, they expect him to be at school. I said, what happened?
How am I meant to get him there? It's so funny.
No,
but yeah,
look.
Because, you know, the European, they know how things work.
They know, they've got infrastructure. But, you know, the UK infrastructure is very old.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's protected by the protection of old things. What's that called again? Heritage. So it's one thing to try and update a system or like a transport and the lines and whatever, but a lot of it is protected. And I know this because in my 20s I worked for so they were called CBS Outdoor at the time, and they were tasked with updating the London Underground advertising spaces.
Oh yeah, there's
so all of that stuff, that all of the moving images on the escalators. I worked with all the engineers who did that, and what I learned was like even the tiles, down to the tiles, you couldn't just be drilling into tiles on London Underground. You had to be. It's protected. All of it is protected. So you got to be able to.
Well, you know, if it gives me an extra day in bed, me not mind.
But me not mind it. But yeah, going back to snow days and like the infrastructure of UK infrastructure, I suppose, or London infrastructure. Of things. Yes. Okay. Yeah. We want snow days. Yeah, that's what we miss.
We miss the snow days.
Snuggling at home.
I love it.
Okay, this one, you might have this on yours.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if I should jump to this one, speaking of.
Go on.
Because actually I did say London Transport.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
Oh, you miss it?
I miss London Transport, Kat.
Mind the Gap.
I miss Mind the Gap. I miss A Light Here for the next...
Yeah, A Light Here.
A Light Here. This train's to Morden via Bank. I miss being able just to get around.
Oh, no, yeah, to move
around easily. Buses, trains, and buses and trains, basically.
I love it.
And
it's like 1 minute.
Tubes,
usually, you know, they come so quick.
The tube comes so quickly. Actually, the other day I read this tweet. Oh God, what did the person say? Someone tweeted, why is it that Londoners are rushing for a tube when there's one minute after or 2 minutes afterwards? And then everyone in the replies, and it's so true. It's just like, you missed this. You think it's just you're going to catch the 1-2 minutes afterwards, but you missed your connection. And it can make you, getting 1 minute, train 1 minute later can make you 10 minutes late.
Especially if you need to take a train.
Exactly.
So the train's like
if you've got a connection,
minutes.
Your tube is this, and then you've got a connection to make a train, then you can be super late.
Oh my God. I think it's because we're just used to rushing as well.
And we're used to rushing. Like, why wait for 2 minutes if you don't have to? You know what I mean?
The Paris metros, you always say them, attention aux pickpocketers or whatever. They always say pickpocketers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, Paris got a real problem with pickpocketers. But I feel like everywhere there's people that pickpockets, but they always just say in Paris, potential pickpockets, to make you feel like, oh my gosh. And when I'm traveling with my Parisian friends, they always say, okay, careful of your bag. Because, you know, I put my bag against me, my bag flapping open. I don't business about these things. But no, bring your bag to your front because there's pickpocketers. And I think, well, there's pickpocketers everywhere, but they really sort of drum it home.
Yeah.
In Paris. Like, I noticed they talk more about pickpocketers in Paris than they do in the UK, but there's surely pickpocketers in the UK.
Oh, defo. I think I remembered like one warning of pickpocket. Not pickpocket, but like, watch your bag or something like that when we were getting the tube.
We don't just
and I did think, I should put my bag
I remember when Dad went to Paris quite,
did he get pickpocketed?
Well, he said he felt
Milton
someone...
Uncle Milton.
Well, Dad said, I think it went in about 2017, and he felt that someone touched his pocket or touched his bag or whatever, maybe his pocket, and he turned around and he looked at them and he stared at them off the train. Like my dad's well in his 70s. He's gonna fight, man. fight for my €5.
I don't know about that. But I do like London Transport. I like sitting at the top of the bus.
I like sitting at the bottom.
Catherine likes the bottom. That's what we'd have to leave each other. That's the thing. I want to go to the top.
Oh God!
Even when I travel here in France and in Switzerland, with those trains, those double-decker trains, you will never see me at the bottom. You know, I can't even understand people who sit at the bottom. Why would you sit at the bottom when you can sit at the top, Kat?
But you know
the train.
Yeah, but you know the air. It's got top and bottom.
Yeah,
but then you're in the tunnel anyway.
No, but you can see outside and you're at the top.
I don't know. I like the bottom, man. I always go down. Downtown.
I like top. Okay, have you got one?
Yeah, I got about 2 or 3.
I've got one more after this.
So shall I go?
Yeah.
So what I miss about Angleterre, and it's probably a terrible thing because we're probably exploiting somebody somewhere.
Oh God.
But I just miss that you can buy things for cheap in England. I'm talking about birthday cards. You know how much a birthday card costs in France?
Oh my God, it's expensive.
It's like €6.
Yeah.
That's like the same as a bottle of wine.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, you know, or like a little vase. You know what I mean? Why am I'm not spending €15 for a vase.
I don't know. I wonder if there is a tradition of birthday cards here in France.
It's expensive.
Really?
Greeting cards are expensive.
Yeah, because I feel like, why is it so expensive?
I get 99p in England.
Yeah.
I get 10 for 99p.
Oh my God. I remember when buying birthday cards was such a thing. Like, I'd spend hours in Clinton's, Kat.
Yeah.
Like, just look, I'll read all of them. Like, which is the one? Like, the joke ones and stuff. Like, I want to get the best birthday
And you don't do that now?
Not really,
Just
no.
send
I
the
mean, in
text.
France, the cards are, the selection ain't the one.
It's not the one.
Hasn't got the selection. And then now, I haven't really sent a birthday card. I've sent birthday texts.
Yeah.
Text messages.
But in England, you know that your £5 goes very far. But in France, it doesn't. They don't have cheap items, which they probably have more quality things, and they're probably not. I don't know what they're doing, but I know in England, you know, where these things coming from and who's getting the money for them. So it is bad. But I just miss, you know, not being able to pick things up for £1.
Yeah.
They don't have a 99p store here, do they?
They don't have like bargain stores.
You know what I mean?
But they've got one. Remember that one, Action?
Yeah.
They've got Action, and that I feel like that's the closest to like a bargain kind of store.
Yeah.
And there is always busy in our area. It's always busy.
Exactly, because people need a
discount. People need a bargain.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I suppose like piggybacking off of that.
Again.
Am I doing lots of piggybacking?
Just two. The second
Catherine,
one.
when was the last time you actually got a piggyback?
I want one. Can I just put my Christmas wish in? I want a strong back to piggyback on. You know what I'm saying? Muscular.
You need a muscular back. I want a muscular back. I just want a piggyback.
Yeah, I'll give you one later.
What about piggyback race? Remember them?
Yeah.
Oh my God, piggyback race.
Oh my gosh. Come on, we need two muscular volunteers.
We need two muscular volunteers, and we're going to have
Male
a piggyback
or
race.
female.
And we'll have a race.
Yeah. You got to lift me up and lift her at a race.
A race,
downhill.
Okay? That's what we're doing. That's not going to end very well.
In plasters.
But piggybacking off of what you're saying, now I can't remember what I was going to say. I think I was going to say just like...
Cheap items.
Cheap items, but also what I miss is like creative items.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I cannot buy a notebook in France. I'm sorry. Like, they're so dry. Like, on top... I'm talking about the face of a notebook.
Yeah.
Like, they're not pretty.
No.
They're not cute. And they're not inspiring.
And you have squared paper as well in the
and the
inside.
paper's square. Yeah, I want lined paper.
Or
this
blank.
is what I miss from the UK, bringing it back.
Yeah.
I miss lined paper and I miss nice, cute notebooks.
Yeah.
And once I my students, when I gave them a leaving present, to my students, and I gave them some notebooks that I got from England, and the girl was like, "Oh my God!" I was like,
seen anything like it.
Something so
you could
cute
probably pick that up $3.99 from Works.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive at all. And you just can't get the cute notebooks here.
Oh my gosh!
So I miss like just anything, like what you want, like a water bottle, or you want this, like just little things. You can't get like individual cute versions of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you get that in the UK. Like things are branded but things are kind of like made to be pretty, not just the function and the practicality of it. Yeah. And that's what I miss.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You got
and
any
then
more?
my last one is in general convenience is what I miss.
Yeah. They don't believe in it in France, man. Even if you got the technology to provide it. They're like, nah, man. Nah.
But more so deliveries.
Oh God.
So remember we had this past weekend was Boy's birthday party.
Yeah.
A whole 6 days, 5 to 6 days ahead, I bought something, or I told his dad to buy something on Amazon so that we could have those party bags bags for the kids. I wasn't sure if it would arrive on time, guys.
No, you have to be like 30 days ahead.
Exactly. There's no, come on, like if we were in England, it would arrive the next day. Even if you don't have Prime, like it would just arrive next day or the day after.
Exactly.
But a good 5-6 days,
max.
Catherine, and we cannot be guaranteed that it would arrive on time.
You can never guarantee. And you know the thing about Amazon in France, sometimes you judge.
Slow.
Like it would say like the delivery is 2 weeks time. You're like, oh, I don't have 2 weeks. Okay, I'll go for it. And then it comes in 5 days. You're like, well, if you could do it, why don't you say 5 days? Then I would have got the other one. You know, I only got this one because the other. You know, it's just too much.
Because even in the end, this one did arrive on time.
Yeah.
This one did come just on the day. Actually, the night before the day of the party.
Oh, dude.
So, but it's just like, you cannot trust that things are going to get delivered.
No.
You don't know. But I mean, maybe it speaks to the fact that in a negative way, like in the UK, people are really overworked. Like the conditions of people who work in Amazon, what you hear, the stories that you hear, the conditions aren't very good. And maybe they've got better conditions in France. They're taking their breaks. They're having their 2-hour lunch, mate. No one's going to stop that. So the deliveries are going to just be a bit slower.
Bigger country as well, so maybe they don't have much distribution centres.
Yeah, maybe it's the distribution centres and stuff like that. But it's just, I just miss that when I think about simple things that I miss from home.
Yeah.
Just the simplicity of like delivery, like and it's weird because when you talk to British people, when you talk to someone, they're just like, "Oh, just get on Amazon. I'll just order it," and it's like it's not the same.
No, man, we're talking about
there's no guarantee.
Pace, man.
There's no guarantee.
And like, but the thing is, I don't see anyone in France trying to make it better.
They're not though.
It's how it is.
But I feel like they think it's good. That's the thing. They've never seen better. That's the thing. They haven't experienced it better.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So
well, listen, I got 2 more. One is similar and one's political.
Oh, so
let's go to a similar one.
Yeah.
So similar to small talk is I miss so much being loud, being crazy, laughing up the place, rolling around with my fun self. If I did that in France, if I did that in Paris, everyone would jump out the way.
Oh my God.
Like they can't, it's different culture. Expression. In America, I might have to go to America, because I see some of the videos in America.
Are they laughing loud?
They're just being crazy. And I said, I want to be in that. I want to be in your number. But you can't do it in France. You can't just laugh and roll around and make noise like that.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I miss that as well. Like,
craziness.
But do you know what I mean? Do you know what it is that I miss? It's the craziness, but it's the eccentricity. There's something about British eccentricity. People dressing wild and people expressing themselves how they want to, whether it's being loud or loud colours, and that's what I miss. But definitely being loud. I remember I feel like we were in a place and was it in Geneva? And we were at that bar with Portia.
Were we loud?
I think we were loud. I think people were just looking and we're just like chatting and
just animation. Life.
But people just want to have a quiet.
It's too quiet, man.
It's just quiet. So anything above average is like really
we weren't,
loud.
There's only 3 of us, but yeah. Imagine.
Yeah, it was just laughing out loud. I miss, and that's going back, I miss like seeing the school kids get in the bus and a group of black girls just laughing loud. I love that. I love it.
I know the children are a bit of a headache.
And the kids, I just want to see their joy. Yeah, I love it. I just want them to be joyful and laugh and play.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. When I was getting the bus to school, we were loud, boy. Yeah.
Or like 2 people can have a conversation and anyone could interject in it. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a cafe or something and someone says, "What's the name of that?" And you say, that's the name of that.
You can help someone out. You go, I can't help but overhearing, but like this is, do you know what I mean? Like you join in.
Join in a big whole thing.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, what's your political thing then?
It's gonna turn us sour now.
Oh no, well we're going to end on a sour note.
Yeah, but
we'll have to bring it back. Okay, all right, okay.
We have an NHS system in the UK, which we thank every power. We thank God for, man, because it is the beautiful thing. And we must not turn our nose down at it, and we must not despise it or all of that. And we've got governmental leaders who are deliberately not investing in our NHS service, and we're going to suffer, and we're suffering now, and we're suffering in the long term. But the reason I bring up the NHS is because in France you have a system where if you need to have healthcare, they've got wonderful healthcare. I don't really know the French system too well, but you sort of pay into the system and get a reimbursement back and stuff like that. So I was working self-employed, so I don't have all the benefits that will give me the best health access. Yeah. And when I had to take my blood test, Natty, you know how many blood tests I took in France?
Yeah.
I take loads of blood tests in England. I smile in, get my results in 3-4 days. But I had to pay about 60 euros for my blood test.
In France?
Because I don't have a mutuelle, which is the like a sort of insurance thing that you pay for and then they reimburse you. Although, thank God, I did have a carte vitale. And when you come from a place where I've never been given a bill for health.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been given a health bill. And like, it's not America or whatever, where they say your prescription costs this and your insurance costs this. So I'm very privileged. I do know that, and I'm aware that not everyone around the world has access to health. But we come from a place where we grew up in a system where it was provided for and you pay within your wages and everyone supports everybody, and that's the way it is. And we have got our politicians who have deliberately trying to sell it off and do some stupid model of like making poor people suffer and not having access to health. And it is gold what we have. It is gold what we have. So it's very important to say, when you go to other places and like a blood test, right? And then the woman told me to go to some other specialist for this test. And I was thinking, I can't afford it.
Oh my
I've
God.
never had to think like, if someone said to me, go get your brain scanned, I would just be skipping along in England because it'll be covered by the NHS. But in France, I had to think, well, how sick am I? Do I actually need to take that appointment?
Oh my God.
You know, and I've never
like
been
that.
in that position before, and it's very serious.
Yeah, it's scary. And even, going back to, I remember reading somewhere quite a few years ago about the way that the government had sort of treated the NHS and even like transport, like train systems and stuff. And one thing that sort of stuck with me, and I'm just sort of going by memory, but I think what the person was saying is that these are public services, and the way that the governments have been treating them, like in the most recent history, is that they're trying to make it into like a business or like a corporation. And corporations, the whole point of corporations is to make money and to make money for the investors and make money for the shareholders. But with public services, they're not money making machines. Actually, they should be running at a loss. You cannot say that the NHS, you've lost this amount this year, but look at Apple, they've made all this much money.
Look how many lives have been saved.
They're completely different things, and they can't. It's like comparing apples and oranges, and you can't compare them. And actually what they're trying to do to try and convince the public that it's failing is by saying, look, it's lost all of this money. And it's like, yes, it should be losing this money because it means that it's working for the people. It's like we're paying into it. It's not supposed to be making money for shareholders. So that is very sad. I hate that.
Yeah, sorry to bring it on that note, but it's so important when you come from the UK.
And that's the thing. So that's what we could say, like what we miss about the UK. One of the simple things is just not having to pay for our health.
Yeah.
Like when I would go to, it took me ages for it to be instinctive here in France to bring money to the doctor's surgery.
Yes, that's right. You got to pay for your appointment.
Because as soon as you get there, as soon as you finish, she's like, right, okay, so that will be
25 euros.
25 euros or 35 euros. And I'm like, what? The first time I was like, what?
Listen,
I ain't
we
got
just
no
had
money.
a chat, man. I'm not healed.
Doctors.
I'm not cured.
But I'm like, I ain't got no money on me. Like, sis,
You have to
like,
go
what?
walk into
Do you
the
take
back,
card?
walk into the ATM, man.
I think she'd never used to take card before as well. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to go ATM. Like, literally, let's go take out some cash.
I know. It's just a different system, isn't it?
And you know what? The system as well is that when you need an injection, you have to pick up the injection first and then take it to her. Yeah, you pay for it.
For the pharmacy.
At the pharmacy, and then take it to the doctor, and the doctor's going to do it.
And then you pay the doctor for giving it to you.
And then pay the doctor the thing. Right? But I'm so used to, like, when you go to the doctors, if they're going to give you an injection, they've got it in the fridge there already. So the doctor was like to me, so where's your injection? I'm like, you tell me where it is. What are you asking me for? She was like, you're supposed to get it.
Like, you've got to be responsible, man. It's just crazy. It's
but
so crazy.
So miss
and I
not
just
having
wish,
to pay.
like my Christmas wish, man. I wish everybody on this planet just has access to healthcare. You know, when people are dying needlessly when they don't need to, that's a real heartbreak.
It is a heartbreak.
And like, why is it like some people have got like the most equipment and technology, and other people do not? It's
just
horrible.
the divide. This is the divide, and that's what we don't miss. As you know, like, I really don't like the Tories. Like, middle fingers up, really. Each and every time. Like, I feel like they've made our country worse. I feel so sad. Like, there's a lot of things that I miss about the UK and I miss about home, but then there's a lot of things I feel has changed, and it's not the same anymore.
A lot of changes.
And it's just so sad. The housing crisis, for one. The NHS being underfunded. There's so many things like poverty, people using food banks.
That's on the rise.
People dying, people living on the streets. People can't get access to certain things. Like there's so much that's happening that is so sad and that I can't be proud of. And yeah, so as an expat, it's like one of those things. Like we had that sort, like I said before, that sort of rose tinted glasses. Like you look back at the time when you left, and it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Yeah, I think
and
things
Brexit
have gone down
and stuff like that.
People have gone downhill. Oh, Angleterre.
Well, we love you, and we just want you to do better.
Yeah. We're like school teachers.
Do better. I'm disappointed. You let yourself down. You let the class down.
You let your country down.
But no, nothing but love. Nothing but love. That's it. That's it for aujourd'hui. Isn't it, Kat?
It is.
Guys, let us know about you. Like, where's your home country? And what are some of the simple things that when you just think back, like, what do you miss about it?
Absolutely.
Let us know.
Yeah.
If you're going to be watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments. If you're listening, write to us at expatimmigrant@gmail.com. You can also follow us, send us a DM at Expat Immigrant on Instagram. We're also on Twitter, though we're not really there, but we are there. And we're also on TikTok now. You can follow Kat on
at @CatAllThat1,
and you can follow me at Tuneful TV. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Je vous aime.
Je vous aime.
Bonne continuation.
Bonne continuation.
Bye.
Ciao.